Well, hello there my dear friends, and welcome back to the Scott Ree Project. It's the 1st of January, dude. A new year beginneth, and I trust you all had a great evening last night. Plenty of drinking, a bit of dancing, leaping, shrieking, saying I love you and all that jazz. You know, I know the drill, baby. It's rock and roll. But here I am, 1st of January in the SRP HQ to do the first video of the year. And the first video is going to be, turkey. No, I haven't lost my mind. It's turkey, baby. But there is method in my madness. Now, what I like about this time of the year is there is still some turkeys out there, and they are going cheap, cheap, cheap. Well, more gobble, 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 but I digress. But what that allows us to do is to buy these and practice different methods and different preparations safely, you know, without the worry of the Christmas meal. And that is what we are going to be doing today. I've got two real cool preparations. Now, this sounds mad now, you know, it's the 1st of January. You're thinking, God, I couldn't say that, the 1st of January. And you're thinking, Scott, have you lost your mind, you crazy English dude? Well, yeah, I did that years ago, but it makes sense. So I'm going to get the camera down on the block and I'm going to show you two cool preps. Let's do this. 2017, man. What's the crack? Okay then. Right, the first thing I want to do is remove the legs. So simply down the natural seam, as you can see, you can basically pull it, making sure we take in that lovely oyster there, then through the ball joint, and that is one leg off. So with the other side, a repeat, and there's the lovely oyster, that lovely nugget of meat, taking that in there, through the ball joint, which is exposed there, and then leg number 2. Right, next we are going to just take off the turkey butterfly or the crown. And there we have our boneless turkey butterfly. So I am going to take off the wings, just straighten that up, and we will come back to that later. A lovely little bronze turkey that is, isn't it? Look at that, it's fantastic. Anyway, on to the legs. As we all know, the brown meat, it cooks longer than the white meat. So what I'm going to do is make a really, really cool turkey roulade. And it's proper cool, this is. It's going to be the most juiciest turkey legs you have ever seen. So, just scoring around the drumstick there. We can get our knives underneath it, under those sinews. Just take your time, go round the leg, because we want to be pulling these sinews, scraping until you expose the sinew, the knife under, until you freed them all up from the drum tip. And that, I imagine, is that one there, released. So I shall just repeat with the other side. So again, just score round. You can feel the sinews underneath there. Get your knife in, very careful. Hold beyond the knife, keep your hands out the way, and then just nip through them. And once you see clear bone all the way round, the job, as they say, down in the southwest, is a proper one. Right, next we want to take out the thigh bone. So, just start it off, as you can see. Again, great method this. Just scrape away the meat until you come to the joint. which I've just snapped out there, and gently just go around thigh bone. Same with this side, exposing that bone right up to the drumstick. And obviously we don't want to go through if we can help it, but if you do not worry. It's no big deal, baby. It's no big deal at all. And again, scraping down all that meat to that joint. That's thigh bone. And number 2. Okay, some drumstick action. What I'm going to do here, is because I basically want to butterfly these, is I'm going to not tunnel bone them, I'm just going to go all the way the length of that drumstick. So we've butterflied it out completely, and again, scraping down. As you can see there, all the sinews, cutting through them at the bottom, taking our time. One. To the side, find the bone with the tip of your knife. And they are quite hard, these sinews, so a little bit of pressure needed. Just be careful. And again, scraping round to that kneecap. Drumstick number 2. I'm just going to gently underneath take that patella or the kneecap out. This knife is appalling. I'm going to change knives. Should be ashamed of myself. Right, there we have our beautiful boned out turkey legs. Next, we are going to strip out these tendons. So the next job then, we want to remove all these tough tendons. There's quite a few in there, about 10 or 8. Great way to do it. Some needle nose pliers, grip it, and with a knife, just strip it. And if you can't find any pliers, why not use your better half's tweezers? Then put them back. You just know she would appreciate that. And it's that easy. So grab another, hold it tight, and just scrape down until we have them all out. So there they are then, completely boned and free of the tendons. Just go over it and just check there's none left in there. You can just use your hands and feel, and that is what we want, is a completely boned leg, the thigh and the drumstick. Right, so we have our beautifully boned out legs then. I'm just going to add a tiny bit of herbage. I'm using thyme. Obviously use sage, whatever you like. Just get that on there, and then just put some salt on. Alrighty then, now we need to glue these together. I am going to be using my meat glue. Now, to be perfectly honest with you, I have been using this for months now. I personally think it's a fantastic ingredient. And if I could advise you on buying one thing in 2017, give this a go. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I have no qualms with using it whatsoever. And for the amount you're using, you know, people get scared, oh, meat glue. I mean, the name isn't the best. It's called Activa or transglutaminase, which has got a better ring to it. I think it's awesome. Absolutely brilliant. Anyway, if you don't want to use it, like I said, don't put it on. It just gives a better finished product. So I'm just going to lightly dust with the meat glue, making sure I get a good coverage. And then onto the second one. I mean, you're always going to have people out there saying, oh, it's not natural and not this and not that. You know, I did my research and I am 100% fine with using this brilliant stuff. Right, now that looks a lot, but it's next to nothing. So, next we want to get our cling film, one leg, and place it nice and flat. Give it a quick fettle, and then we will put the other one on top and just fettle it. If we can, try and get the skin up to create a nice seam. And it's a case of gently starting to manipulate this into a beautiful cylinder shape. So keeping your film nice and taut, just start rolling it. As you can see, the shape is starting to come now, and this is where the transglutaminase, the Activa, the meat glue comes into its own, because it will hold this shape. Always getting the air out, nice and tight. I've actually got my chopper in the cling film box just to add a bit of weight so I can get a nice seal on it, continually manipulating that cylinder. And then just to get the air out, you can prick as you can see there, and then just continue to get a nice firm shape. And then we will opposite twist it. If there's any more air in there, just, or with a skewer, we are left with that beautiful cylinder. Now I'm going to tie the ends off with some string, a bit of one-handed knottery, and then I'm going to pop this into a vacuum pack bag. If you can't get a vacuum bag, if you haven't got a vacuum sealer, just get those cooking bags, or double wrap this again in cling film, and then we are going to cook it slowly in a water bath. Okay then, there she is, ready to go into my sous vide machine at 64 degrees for 3 hours. Now, I know a lot of you are out there saying, Scott, well, we haven't got a vat packer, we haven't got a water bath. That's fine, don't worry about it. I mean, I vat pack these. I purchased a vat packer off Cool Game. I'll put the link down there. And it is, if you're serious about meat and butchery, one of those bits of kit where you think you won't use it, but I have used it virtually every single day. It's got to the point where I think, what did I do without it? Anyway, I'll put the link down there. Check it out. They are brilliant. So if you haven't got a vat packer, then obviously do a double layer of cling film, or buy those cooking bags which you could cook hams in and so on. And obviously if you haven't got a sous vide machine, just get to this stage, pot of water gently ticking away, a big pot, a deep pot, thermometer in, and just let it tick over at 64 degrees for 3 hours. Failing that, if you just want to do this simple, go through the motions, just tie the two legs together and then just roast it off. But the reason I'm doing it in the water bath is it's going to be super, super tender, moist, juicy, and obviously we've wrapped it. We're going to get a fantastic round roulade. Right then, 3 hours, 64 degrees. Okay then, that has been in for 3 hours at 64 degrees centigrade. Let's have a look. Get rid of that bag. We'll just release it from its cocoon. So we want to pat that dry, nice and dry, and then we will brown it off. Whichever way you fancy, you could put it in a hot oven or in a pan and get it nice and crispy. What an epic looking thing. How's that looking? Nicely browned looking, fantastic. So what I need to do then is take this out the pan. I'm going to rest it, as we do with all meat, to let all the juices relax, and then go back in, and then we're going to cut through this. This is going to be a beauty. Lightly tent it then, just with a bit of foil. We'll give that 10 minutes. Relax, relax my baby. Okay then, that is rested for 10 minutes. Have a look at that beautiful thing. Right, get my knife. Let's just nip the end off. see what that looks like. Look at that. Oh man. Oh, man alive. Okay, let's give this a whirl. Let's put that on there, that on there, and that on there. And we won't stand on ceremony. This is not to look at, this is to eat. So let's get in there. Fantastic, completely boneless, completely tender and juicy. Have a look at that. Absolutely wonderful. Well, there you have it, my friends. My wonderful turkey roulade using just the legs. Absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And definitely something to bear in mind later on in the year. I'm thinking Easter, you know, Thanksgiving, dare I mention Christmas, the kind of thing you could get prepped up to the cooking stage and then cook it. Really is awesome. Man. Well, that was truly awesome. Absolutely awesome. And if you remember at the start of this video, I said there were two things we were going to do with the turkey. Well, this is the first ones. We've dealt with the legs. The next video coming up very soon will be those beautiful turkey breasts. And if you've enjoyed what you're seeing here today on the Scott Reed Project, please click subscribe. Go on, click subscribe, then you won't miss that part 2. Also, find me on my social media, Facebook, The Scott Reed Project. Get on there, The Scott Reed Project, click like, and you can follow me on there. And also on my Twitter, at The Scott Reed Project. So until next time, when it's Turkey Part 2, have a great New Year's Day. Chill out, relax, watch a movie. You know the drill. Anyway, all the best, my friends. Take care. See you very soon. What a beauty, eh? Right, I'm going to eat this. Wash up. All the best.